Moving over to topic two, let's talk about the Kraven the Hunter trailer that Sony Pictures has put out this past week. Probably going to be a short one here, quick little interlude thoughts, whatever. I will say this. It looks, from a visual standpoint, looks pretty. Looks nice. Looks good. We're getting Kraven the Hunter in a film here. I think it's Aaron Taylor Johnson, the guy who played Quicksilver and Kick-Ass. He is playing the role of Kraven here. And we're kind of getting a solo movie for him. Similar to Morbius, similar to Venom. Sony is doing what they need to do, or want to do rather, to kind of capitalize on these characters that they do own in the Spider-Man franchise. They've made the deal with Marvel, so they can't use... Well, not they can't do it, but they are using Spider-Man, Tom Holland, in conjunction with the MCU, so they can't really do their own thing unless it ties in with that universe. So they're exploring and fleshing out the plethora of enemy characters that they kind of own, or rather connective characters that they own with the Spider-Man license. So they're continuing this trend with Kraven. And, it's... Sony's history with these movies hasn't been super great, or at least we've been more critical on them compared to a Marvel, compared to a Disney. They're definitely hit or miss. Like, if you're going to go way, way back, the Tobey Maguire movies, great. Obviously, we all have our problems with 3. The Andrew Garfield movies had their ups, had their downs. And then we got into these solo experiences where Venom, excuse me, not the Venom we probably expected or maybe have wanted to see on the screen, but it's one of the two films are very divisive. Excuse me, jeez, in terms of, like, you either love them or you hate them. It's definitely a fun representation and different look at the character, as we kind of look at him as this anti-hero, with Tom Hardy doing this kind of comedic buddy cop type movie. And then you get the other side of the coin of Morbius, where, oh boy, it just gets memed the hell out of. Looking at it from, far away, when I did eventually watch it with such a low bar, I walked out of it like, yeah, that was fine. It wasn't atrocious, but it was fine overall. So leading into Kraven the Hunter, there's this, like, lack of a better term, a ick that kind of just follows it, of like, this could be anywhere from fine to really bad. And granted, I don't know much about Kraven's history. I know he's a big part in Spider-Man's story, whether it's The Last Hunt, or as we're leading into Spider-Man 2, him being a big part of that. Like, I know his character from other media, the early animation in the 90s and the Fox Kids show. Like, I get his backstory, some of it. But what we're seeing in this trailer, I'm almost like, I get it, modification. Duh, you're going to tell things a little bit differently. It just looks hokey at times. Like, he's supposed to be this hunter. Great. The best hunter, whatever it is. As far as I know, he doesn't have animal powers, but in this trailer, they're giving him those animal powers, where he, like, channels the lion's energy and the wolf's energy and blah, blah, blah. And that's fine. I get it for, like, tracking, or like, oh, he's super strong, or maybe has some speed or whatever it is. But seeing him do, like, jumping and pouncing and running off of walls and the floor, it just looks super hokey. And it almost reminds me of, like, the 2000 X-Men films, which in their time were good. They're still good now, but obviously some things have aged graphically. It looks still like that, and it's 2023 now, 20 years later. It doesn't look better. It still looks crap. So, or at least not crap. It looks like goofy. And I'm not sure why they decided to go this route, but yeah, it's just like, oh, we're really making this guy an animal. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about this one. Like I said, it's just the track record of Sony and their movies, at least in this recent stint with the solo, non-Spider-Man focused stuff. Interesting. I don't know if this will be like on the top of the, oh my god, I want to watch this movie when it comes out. But hey, it's a first trailer. Obviously, you can't really, I mean, you could have criticisms, but like you can't give it a fair shake until the movie comes out, right? I don't recall off the top of my head when this movie is coming out. I would assume soonish, summertime. Summertime seems to be a good one for movies. So time will tell on it, obviously, how it ultimately pans out. Hopefully it's good. It's just one of those things where, I mean, selfishly, and maybe this is just, like every person discussing Marvel stuff is like, oh, the MCU is so much better, I wanted to see Kraven in it. Like, it's another aspect of that. And granted, yeah, I did. But Sony's got to do what they got to do if they want to keep the rights to these characters, and obviously if they want to capitalize as a business on the superhero trend. Like, I get it. It's just, I don't know. You think they would kind of learn a little bit from certain performances of other movies and be like, okay, maybe we need to either slow down or really put a little bit more work into it. Not that I think they're churning these out, but there's only so many times you can kind of swing and miss before it's like, all right, are you just doing this to do it? Which, I get it, it's a business. I don't know. Lowly peon down here just shouting at clouds. That's it. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. And especially having Kraven also in the game coming out in September. Like, Insomniac, the game studio, has done so great with the first one in their story and character development. This just may leave even more of a sour taste of being like, oh, look how good the video game one was compared to the movie. Granted, once again, can't give it a fair shake until it comes out. But even early glimpses of Spider-Man 2 in those trailers, Kraven looks awesome, looks like a cool threat. Granted, we only see a little bit of him, but that's more of the Kraven that at least I was expecting and knowing, not this Nightcrawler-esque running around guy. Also, very violent trailer, which, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with a little blood, just a little bit surprising. A little hokey at times by how it looks, but it is what it is. Short, sweet, to the point. It's coming out. Check out the trailer. This has been another episode of the Wait, What Are We Talking About podcast, episode 180. Usually I don't say that at the end. Whatever. My name is Bret, aka Enigma9011. You can catch this podcast live if you go over to twitch.tv/Enigma9011. Drop a follow over there. You get notified when we go live with the streams or the podcast, so you join in on the discussion live and all the fun over there. But if you can't catch it live, that's A-OK. Go over to YouTube and podcast services the very next week, where it's broken out topic by topic and put as one big video and MP3 for your music on the following Friday. Last but not least, any way you can support the show, like subscriptions, reviews, shares, whatever it is. It may seem small, but it does help the channel grow, helps us out immensely. So if you take the time to do that, we would be grateful for it. Hope you guys enjoyed the shorter, sweeter episode and compact. Go check out some Steam demos. Go check out that Kraven trailer if you want to. But I appreciate you guys hanging out today, giving this a watch, giving it a listen, and we'll see you guys on the next one.